Hello, friends. Happy Earth Day. Today we are going to read a story about recycling, and then we are going to review some of the vocabulary words we talked about in the last couple of lessons by playing some fun sorting games. You ready to get started? Let's go. Let's try and remember what Earth Day is. Can you remember one of the reasons why we have Earth Day? One of the reasons we have it is to celebrate and honor our planet, and it only happens one day a year. Another reason is that we are able to use this day to help us learn about new ways we can protect and take care of the earth. Does that mean that you would only talk about ways to keep the earth healthy today? Absolutely not. But it is one day that we really focus on things we can do to help our planet. The story we're going to read is about recycling, but in this story, it is also talking about the 3 R's that we learned about on our last lesson. Ready? Let's read it. Why should I recycle? Illustrated by Mike Gordon. In my family, we recycle our garbage. We return things so they can be used again. We didn't always recycle. We used to throw everything away. On our way to school, we always passed Mr. Jones's house. Mr. Jones is our teacher. One day we saw him putting a special box with cans, bottles, and papers by the gate. What are you doing? This box is for recycling. All these things are taken away and used again, said Mr. Jones. What's recycling? I'll explain at school. In class, Mr. Jones asked us what we did with our trash. Some of my friends said we put it in a garbage can. It's just old garbage. Mr. Jones said garbage contained lots of useful things that we could recycle or use again. Why should I recycle? Mr. Jones took the class to a recycling center. It had separate containers for bottles, cans, plastic, clothes, and paper. What do you think happens to all the glass that goes in here? Asked Mr. Jones. It all gets broken down to make new shiny bottles. And guess what happens to all the cans that go in here? Asked Mr. Jones. They get melted down to make new metal things like bikes and scooters. Wow! And what about the paper and plastic that goes in here? He asked. The paper gets shredded and used to make new books and comics. All these things come from garbage we just throw away? Yes, this plastic can be used to make all kinds of things, including clothes. You might be wearing some, said Mr. Jones. So why waste? Most of the garbage we put in the trash can get buried in dumps that spoil the countryside. It's good to recycle as much as you can, said Mr. Jones. So what else can we recycle? Clothes, books, and toys that you don't want can be taken to the second-hand store, explained Mr. Jones. The food we buy at supermarkets comes in packages that can often be used again. Don't waste, Mom. I told Mom and Dad about our trip to the recycling center. Now we buy recycled things at the stores. Recycled paper helps save trees. We always recycle the plastic bags, too. We brought our own bags, thanks. We also recycle everything at home. Fruit and vegetable peelings get recycled on our new compost heap. The compost helps my mom's prized vegetables to grow. Now we recycle so much garbage, there's hardly any left to put in the can. Recycling is kind to nature, it saves money, and it's fun. In our story, the main character was learning all different types of ways that she could reuse things and recycle things. She got to go to a recycling facility that recycled different things like glass, plastic, paper, and even clothes. We remember that we can help the earth by using the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Remember that reduce means to use less, like using less gas, using less water, and using less paper. Let's play this activity together and see if you can figure out which sections will help us reduce. That means using less. If I'm wanting to save water, what would be something that I could do? Share a car, use solar panels, turn off water, or use a towel. If you said turn off water, you were right. We turn off water to help us save water. How about this next one? What is something we could do to help us save gas? Share a car, use a solar panel, or use a towel. I hope you said share a car. Remember, we talked about carpooling as a way to help us save gas. Great job. The next one is ways that we could save paper. Would we use solar panels or use a towel? Using a towel would be right. We use towels to help save paper. And our last one is a way to save energy. And that would be meaning that we would use solar panels. Great job. How about the word reuse? Reuse means that we're using something in a different way. We could reuse clothes that don't fit. We could reuse shopping bags. We could reuse water bottles. And we could even reuse toys that we don't need anymore. Let's try this game again, but this time we're going to be thinking about ways that we can reuse items. So the first spot is, how could we reuse old clothes? By using a cup, by giving it away, by using shopping bags, or by giving it away. This one's kind of tricky because there are 2 choices, but we're going to be looking for the picture that matches. If you said give away, you were right. You could give away your clothes to other people that might need them so that they could be used again. How about, what is a way, instead of using a paper bag, could we use a cup, give the bag away, or use cloth shopping bags? I hope you said cloth shopping bags. We could use cloth shopping bags instead of using paper bags. That would make it so that we could reuse those bags again and again. How about old toys? Would we use a cup to reuse old toys, or could we give them away? That's right, we would give them away. And our last one, instead of using a plastic water bottle, we could use a cup. That's right. Great job. Let's keep going. What can we recycle? Remember, recycle is using it again to make something new. Remember, cardboard can be turned into new paper, or plastic bottles can be turned into new bottles when you recycle them. For this activity, we are going to sort all of these pictures at the bottom into whether or not they would be recycled in paper, metal, glass, or plastic. This first picture is of a bottle. Where might the bottle go? I hope you said plastic. How about this other bottle? This is a bottle that you might see in your kitchen that holds soap. Would it go under paper, metal, glass, or plastic? Plastic is right. Great job. How about this soda? This soda pop can. Where would a soda can go? Paper, metal, glass, or plastic? It would go under metal. Great job. How about the roll of a toilet paper? So it's not going to be the toilet paper itself, but it's going to be the thing that the toilet paper sticks on to make it roll out. What might that go under? Paper, metal, glass, or plastic? It would go under paper. Normally, the inside part of the paper towel or the toilet paper roll is cardboard. So that could be remade if you recycled it into paper. And what about newspaper? Where would newspaper go? Yep, it would go under paper. How about magazine? Where would magazines go if we were going to recycle them? Paper, metal, glass, or plastic? You got it. It would go under paper. And what about these lights? Now, when I'm looking at these lights, I'm actually thinking of their bulb. Could it go under paper, metal, glass, or plastic? Most of the light bulbs that I know are made out of glass, so we would put this under glass. How about this jar? Where might this jar go? Paper, metal, glass, or plastic? A jar could be made out of a couple things. It could be made out of glass or it could be made out of plastic. But for this one, I'm going to pretend that this jar is made out of glass. So I'm going to put it under the glass spot. How about this carton of milk? Paper, metal, glass, or plastic? Yeah, this one is a big one, a big milk carton. So I'm actually going to put it under plastic. How about this can of oranges? Where might this can go? I hope you said metal. And what about this bottle here? Oh my goodness, this is a type of glass bottle. So we're going to put it under, you got it, glass. And what about this box? Where might this box go? Paper, metal, glass, or plastic? Yes, it would go under paper because this box is made of cardboard. And our last one is this shampoo bottle. Where might this shampoo bottle go? Paper, metal, glass, or plastic? You got it. It would go under plastic. Great job. The last thing we're going to be talking about is compost. Compost breaks down to make soil for your garden. In order for you to make compost the right way, you have to put certain things into a compost bin, or if you're lucky enough to have lots of land, you can make a compost pile outside. When I was younger, we used to have enough land and we had a big compost spot where we put all of our extra food and grass clippings to make really great soil for our garden. The things that you put in a compost bin are known as green and brown. They can include fruit or vegetables or grass clippings. Those would be considered green. And the dried leaves and branches that you could put in there would be considered brown. When you're making a compost pile, you want to make an AAB pattern of green and brown, but you would start with brown. So you'd go 2 parts brown, 1 part green, brown, brown, green, brown, brown, green. I'm going to post a video on our Google Classroom that goes with this so that you can learn more about composting. And if you wanted to, you could create your own healthy soil for your garden. Thanks so much for sharing this with me during Earth Day. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.